Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Freak Show. I'm Jaclyn Steele Thurmond. This is my husband, Sam Thurmond. And today we are going to be talking about designing a home that feels like you. And this is inspired by a blog post I wrote maybe a couple of months ago called How to Make Your Home Reflect Your Personality. And if you haven't checked out our website, backinliving.com, and our blog, we have so many awesome resources in there for you, from mindset to design to entrepreneurship. It's full of really good information and worth checking out, if I say so myself. All right. So today's episode is all about creating a home that doesn't just look good, but one that feels like you deeply, which I think is so important. You know, we built our business, Beckon, on the foundation of high frequency living. And if you're living in a space that doesn't feel aligned with who you are and what your values are and what makes you light up, then we're doing something wrong, right?
Right.
So let's talk about a personal anecdote that I have that I wrote down for this, about a room in our home that really feels aligned with my personality, and we're sitting in it right now. This is our library. It is also our dining room, and it's where I do most of my computer work. We're redoing our office, so the computer work might not be happening in here much longer, but this room in particular is not a room for everyone. Not everybody wants to have a dining table in the middle of a library or a library with a dining table in it. Some people don't want to be surrounded by books. I am somebody who does. I feel like these are my friends. And when we were designing this home and going over budgets and stuff, we were thinking, all right, we'll put in the library later. Do you remember this?
Mm-hmm.
Because we were like, it's going to cost money to, put in all the shelves and whatnot. And then we decided, after getting a pretty good, a well-priced quote, no, we're going to do this. And it shifted for me the entire design project, because though the kitchen is so often the heart of the home, I feel like this library is the brain of the home. This is where we have so many amazing conversations. We discuss our ideas. I've written my book, or most of my book, in this room. And when we moved into our house, this was the first room that I really, really worked on. And I feel like though Roman has come in here and pushed books into different places, and he loves to come in here and rearrange things so it's not styled the way that I want it to be at this point, this room gives me life. And I think when we're talking about high frequency homes, we're talking about creating homes that pour into us just as much as we pour into them.
Mm-hmm.
And our house, I won't speak for you, but this is the first place that we have lived together as a couple that I feel like is so energetically aligned with who we are and what we value. And every time I think about this house, it brings joy to my heart and also gives me such a sense of peace because I feel like it's my sanctuary.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is the first house that we've lived in that we have really put our stamp on.
Yeah.
The first house we bought together was in 2016 in Athens. And at that point, we just, you honestly, you made it like an incredible house for what it is. I mean, it was just a small little starter home, and you made it amazing. It's crazy how far a little paint can go, and then good furnishings. But we just weren't in the spot to
we didn't have the money to remodel
Yeah.
it. So it was as is, and we leaned into that and made it as cool as possible with what we had.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, when you live in a space that reflects who you are, it changes the game. Your energy is different. You go out into the world different.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you agree? When you have a space that reflects the energy that you want to emit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it it is definitely a source of inspiration and not one that I really recognized until, um, I won't say until we moved in here. I think I started to recognize the importance before then, but especially since we've lived here, and then also with some of the projects that we've done that have been unique, to our style and not for everybody, but the intention was not to make it boilerplate, and appealing to the masses. The point was to make it a place where people like us or someone with similar taste to us, it's going to resonate with them.
They would feel passionate about it.
Yeah.
You're thinking of Villa Secreta in particular, but when I designed that, I wanted people to either be repelled by it or fall so in love with it that they couldn't get it off their minds.
Yeah. But also, like, the design work that you've been doing for your clients, and it's very much bespoke and tailored to them.
Very much.
Some of the things are not decisions that are not pieces that maybe everybody would make, or decisions that everybody would make. But to them,
we posted a TikTok of a before and after of this kitchen from the early 90s. And then now, post renovation, what it looks like. I think it's gorgeous. It's got all this Calacatta Viola marble in it. And it's just stunning and like classic. And this person on TikTok commented and they were like, "Oh, you ruined it."
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's like when we basically built a new house in one of the flips that we did in South Carolina a few years ago. And the place was like falling down. The foundation was crumbling. Never should have bought the house. Never should have bought it. But we had to put everything into it so we could get out of it. And so we completely brought this house back to life, and it was cute when it was done, and it looked really good. And I remember we posted that, or I posted it on Instagram or somewhere, just being proud of it because I did the befores when it was like dilapidated, and then
ready to be condemned
when it was looking great, and somebody was like, "You totally ruined that house," or "It looks like garbage," or something like that. It's just like,
everybody's going to have their opinions, which brings me to my next point is like, your home should reflect who you are and it should be authentic to you. And not everyone is going to like that. And that's okay. There are so many trends, right? Like white kitchens were a super big trend for a while and now they're kind of going out of vogue. But if you love a clean white kitchen, you should have a clean white kitchen. Just because stainless steel appliances have been in forever doesn't mean that you have to have them if you want something else. But if you do love stainless steel appliances, I do, then get stainless steel appliances. Bespoke design is not about following trends. Bespoke design is about choosing things that resonate in your heart. This is a conversation that I had with a client recently. She was like, I keep second guessing myself. And what I always say is, if you have a visceral reaction to something, if you see a tile and you are like, "Oh, that is so gorgeous. It just makes me feel a sense of calm or excitement or, I don't know, serenity," whatever it is, that's bespoke to you. That's important. Listen to that signal. If it's something that you're like, this will work. I've heard my mom say that before in her design projects, as she's like trying to get stuff done and just wants to be finished. She's like, it's good enough. And that's where I stop and I go, don't settle for good enough in your home. Don't settle for good enough ever, anywhere. But especially in a place you're going to spend so much time, don't settle for good enough. Yeah. Wait. I've had that conversation with another client. She's throwing a big party and she wants to get everything furnished in her house. But there are some things that are on back order and some things that take time. And she's like, well, should I just go here and get something for now? And I said, no. You've waited this long to renovate your house and get it the way that you want it. Be patient with the furnishing process of it too, because you want every single piece in that home to be something you touch and interact with and something that you really enjoy and want in your space, because it takes up space.
Yeah. And I mean, we are perfect example of that because we did such an overhaul in this house,
Took
but
it
we
down to the
still
studs.
but we still don't have, it's still not furnished,
Mm-mm.
or near being furnished where we want it to be, but that's because we're not just
I'm so
throwing
glad to hear
stuff in
you
there.
say that, Sam. Sam would live with a mattress on the floor and like a comfortable chair to watch TV probably for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like, I don't need it,
Yeah.
but when you have it, it is nice, and I see the value
Yeah.
that it does add, for
Yeah.
sure.
And we spent most of our budget on renovating the house and doing all of the like really big stuff and didn't leave money for furnishing. And over the last year, we've had so many projects going on and there hasn't been a lot of time to furnish, etc. But also, we only want to buy things that we really want. And so if that requires taking time to save for them or like artwork, for instance, I love hunting for artwork, whether that be at a salvage market or like the flea market we went to in Barcelona where we got all that cool artwork. Um, Going to Sweet Salvage in Phoenix or hunting Facebook Marketplace. Like waiting until you find something that resonates with you because you're going to put it on your wall and you're going to interact with it and you're going to see it. It shouldn't just be something that works for the space. It should be something that evokes an emotion in you.
Today's episode of The Freak Show is supported by Ancestral Supplements. With Ancestral Supplements, you can now add back the dense nutrition the human body craves to optimally support a vibrant life and experience improvements in energy, immunity, strength, gut and digestion, endurance, memory, vitality, sleep, and much, much more. One of the most dense sources of nutrition on the planet, their beef liver supplements aid the liver in optimizing the body's metabolic functions, helps to detoxify the body, and is integral to supporting a healthy immune system. If you don't know where to start with Ancestral Supplements, because they do have a large library of supplements, I would say start with the liver. I would also say they have a free consultation that you can take advantage of, and I would highly recommend that you do. I have emailed with them multiple times, and they have helped me tailor a supplement plan specific for my needs and health goals. Ancestral Supplements' ultra high quality liver formula is loaded with vitamins, minerals, proteins, and healthy fats that support collagen synthesis, think skin, hair, and connective tissues, immune health, and heart, brain, and liver health. Our early ancestors knew this, which is why their traditional diets included the frequent and nourishing consumption of this nutritional powerhouse. Just the liver supplement provides powerful energy, vibrant skin, fertility and fetal development, strong bones, brain power, robust immunity, strength and endurance, eye and vision health, methylation and detoxification. It's amazing, right? So amazing. Ancestral Supplements has generously offered our freak community 10% off of your first purchase with code BECKON10. Again, that's code BECKON10, BECKON 10 at ancestralsupplements.com for 10% off your first purchase. I know you are going to love this supplement company as much as Sam and I do. I have my mom on the supplements. I occasionally open the capsules and sneak some of the nutrition into my son's food. It is just next level supplementation. All right. Thank you. Enjoy. And now back to the show.
Okay. How to get clear on your personal style. Again, I recommend going to our blog and reading the blog post, How to Make Your Home Reflect Your Personality. But let me give you a couple of tips. One is mood boards are fantastic. So go on to Pinterest, get a couple of design magazines, and choose photos, rip them out, pin them that resonate with you, that make you have that visceral reaction of, ooh, I want to live in there. Not just, oh, that's pretty or that looks good or that's on trend or so and so said this or so and so lives here, so I should have style like that. Let it be something that really resonates in your heart. I think of it as far as frequency goes. Is it a frequency match for you? Is it something that feels really energetically aligned? You can also journal or meditate on how you want to feel in your home. Before we renovated this home, I was like, I want our home to feel like a vacation. I want it to feel like our sanctuary, as if you walk into the kitchen and you could also be at a spa. It's soft. There are neutral colors. All of the textures that we use in here are very organic and natural. And so the whole design of our space was based off of that like Mediterranean aesthetic of organic materials and soft neutral colors. But maybe you want to feel energized. Maybe you want to feel creative and you love bold colors. I have a friend, Luba, who loves the color red. I do not like the color red at all in a house. It kind of drives me crazy because it's so stimulating. But for other people, they love red. And so bring red into your home. Whatever kind of feeling you want to have, you can create design around that feeling. All right. Next thing I want to talk about, or tip number 2, is let your passions lead the way. So integrate items that represent hobbies, travel, family, or dreams, and make that be a focal point in your house. I love to read. We are sitting in a library full of books. What do you love to do that you feel like is reflected in our home?
The garage.
We've got a bunch of exercise equipment out there. But I feel like I try and respect you in every single room in the house, where I'm not trying to make it all about me. I'm trying to make it about our family
Yeah.
and facilitating an environment that feels peaceful
Yeah. But
to raise our family in.
you're also the designer. So I think I leave most of that to you, and with exception of veto power. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And I always give you veto power. I'm not going to make our office pink.
Yeah.
Also, allow sentimental objects, even if they don't feel on trend or whatever, to be highlighted in your home. There are sentimental objects all over the shelves in this library. There is a picture of my precious dog Tumnus, who passed away last year. There is a sweater of my precious dog Pippin, who passed away 2 years ago. There are the ashes of Figaro, the cat that I had for 23 years. There are essential oils that mean something to me. Different mugs scattered throughout this room. Mugs in the library, some people might think that's weird, but I have a mug from Barcelona. I have Sam's handmade mug that you made while I was pregnant with Roman. Sentimental items that mean so much. One of my most prized possessions are these 4 just sketches that my grandmother made when she was probably in her 20s of these like pinup girls. And I framed them, and they mean so much to me. Whether someone else likes them and appreciates them or not doesn't matter, because they mean the world to me.
Mm-hmm.
And allowing what means something to you to influence your space is a good thing, not a bad thing.
Not like naked pinup girls. I just want to clarify, because that
Oh,
may have
I'm thinking
come
I'm thinking of like 1940s, 1950s pinup girls that are clothed but are like buxom.
Okay. I have no idea what that word means.
Anyways, so yeah, let your passions lead the way. If you're super into horses, bring in horse artwork. If you are super into cars, integrate that. If you're super into travel, collect pieces and bring them into your home and let it be a reflection of your personality.
Well, one thing I'll say to that, I think that when you do that, it gives your space more of like a timeless feel than it does a trendy feel. And I like trendy stuff. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I like it, but I think when you do what you're talking about and really like putting thought into what you're acquiring and have it reflect you, then it kind of becomes timeless.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you added that, because I completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next tip is mix and layer meaningfully. I love textures. I love different design styles. I love combining Spanish and Mediterranean. Some people love mid-century modern, but they also like a little bit of Mediterranean here and there. Some people love all kinds of different textures. Some people love clean lines. You don't have to play by a specific set of rules. If something resonates with you, whether that be the shape of a chair or a piece of artwork, just because your home is Mediterranean doesn't mean you can't have modern artwork in it. Allow yourself to mix and layer things that are meaningful to you. I just talked about heirlooms, that artwork from my grandmother. I also have my grandmother's Bible. Allow yourself to mix heirlooms with new finds and artisan pieces and affordable basics. Just like with a wardrobe, you can get some cool stuff from Zara and also source stuff that's more expensive, like a cashmere sweater, and mix and layer them together. It doesn't all have to be from one expensive source. You can find things on Facebook Marketplace and buy, a brand new, very expensive leather sofa and mix them together.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to abide by a specific set of rules. If you are allowing yourself to be led by your heart and what you love and what you have that like visceral reaction to, you are going to create a space that is reflective of you. Okay. Then tip number 4 is edit with intention. Sometimes subtracting is more powerful than adding. While I am not a hardcore minimalist, I do often think that less is more. And so if something feels chaotic in your space, subtract. We don't always need to be adding more. And also it's okay to let go of stuff that no longer resonates with you. Basically, it was edit with intention. Like if something does not resonate with you anymore, get rid of it. If something does resonate with you and it's different from who you were last year or 5 years ago or whatever, bring it in. I remember like 10 years ago, I loved turquoise and I wanted to bring in like turquoise accents into our home. That's not where I'm at right now. I want everything to be super restful, but me 10 years ago loved more color. So allow yourself to change, allow yourself to grow, and allow it to be okay. We don't want to stay the same. We want to grow. We want to change, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so closing thoughts and a call to action. I want to remind you guys that creating a home that reflects your personality is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. You're not going to curate every single item in your home if you want it to be meaningful and bespoke. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some layers. It's going to take some trips to different places, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let it evolve as you do. Then my question for you is, what's one small thing you can make this week that makes your home feel more you? Actually, I read that wrong. What's one small change you can make this week that makes your home feel more you? I'm thinking I just bought some artwork at Sweet Salvage in Phoenix. One thing we could do this week is hang one piece of it.
I love hanging stuff.
I know you hate it so much. But we could hang one piece of artwork or maybe a couple pieces of artwork or maybe all of it. No, I won't make you do all of it. We'll start with one. But just hanging something up changes the feeling in a space. It's so much fun. Okay. Then also, if you haven't checked out our blog, I mentioned this before. This episode was based on a blog post that I wrote called How to Make Your Home Reflect Your Personality. And I go into a lot of detail in there if you want to dive deeper into this. And we're adding more stuff to our blog every single week. We work so hard on it. I work so hard on it. And then also, if you have design questions, feel free to reach out to me, DM me on Instagram, or email us at hello@beckonliving.com. I think there's also a way you can contact us on our website, beckonliving.com too, if you have design questions or want to hire us for a project or whatever. Right?
Sounds great.
Okay. Do you have anything else that you want to add?
No.
Do you have anything that you want me to do to make our home reflect you more?
Let's see. I'm still waiting for that Lazy Boy recliner. One of these days, I'm going to get one.
At some point in time, I am going to be able to source a recliner that is both comfortable and looks good.
My level of comfort, not your level of comfort.
Your level of comfort. We might actually have to create that chair.
I think you might be right.
Beckon Furniture coming to you in 2028. All right, guys.
Looking forward to it.
Well, thank you so much for listening. We love you. We're sending you all kinds of high frequency waves your way, and we will catch you in the next episode.
Thank you so much for listening to The Freak Show with Sam Thurmond and me, Jaclyn Steele Thurmond. We would love to connect with you via our website, beckonliving.com, and on social media.
You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Beckon Living, and you can join our email list to receive uplifting messages, podcast and business updates, and discounts on high-frequency products just for our freaky community.
Cheers to high frequency living.